Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Kevin Dowd. I'm the local counsel to the Orange County IDA. Welcome to the public hearing on Fiorello Pharmaceuticals. With us today is Melanie Schouten, our Chief Operating Officer, Kelly Riley, our Client Services Manager, Fran Roth is our stenographer, who will be taking down all of the information that's presented today, including all the questions and responses. And we have Rebecca Brown from the applicant. So the way we're going to conduct this, I'm going to read the public hearing notice. I will then open it for a brief statement from Ms. Brown, and then we will open it for any kinds of questions or comments. With that being said, I will read the notice of public hearing. Notice is hereby given that a public hearing pursuant to Article 18A of the New York General Municipal Law will be held by the Orange County Industrial Development Agency on Tuesday, February 9th, 2021 at 10 a.m. local time via Zoom video conference in connection with the matter described below. Please note the special public hearing logistics and instructions included at the end of this notice. Fiorello Pharmaceuticals Incorporated, a New York corporation, for itself or on behalf of an entity to be formed, has submitted an application to the agency requesting the agency's assistance with respect to a certain project consisting of A, the acquisition by the agency of a leasehold interest in an aggregate approximately 38.1 acre parcel of vacant land known as 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, and 95 John Hicks Drive in the town of Warwick, Orange County, New York. B, the construction on the land of an approximately 450,000 square foot building. And C, the acquisition and installation in, on, or around the improvements of various machinery, equipment, and personal property, all for use by the company in its business as a licensed manufacturer, processor, and dispenser of medical cannabis. The agency will acquire a leasehold interest in the facility and lease the facility back to the company. The company will operate the facility during the term of the lease. At the end of the lease term, the agency leasehold interest will be terminated. The agency contemplates that it will provide financial assistance to the company in the form of sales and use tax exemptions, a real property tax abatement, and if necessary, a mortgage recording tax exemption, all consistent with the policies of the agency, and the issuance by the agency of taxable bonds in an amount not to exceed $175 million to assist in financing the facility. Please note special public hearing conduct instructions and information. In accordance with Section 859A of the Act, a representative of the agency will be at the above stated time and place to present a copy of the company's project application, which is also available by viewing on the agency's website at www.ocnyida.com. However, given the COVID-19 public health crisis and related executive orders issued by Governor Andrew M. Cuomo, the agency will not be able to accommodate in-person public attendance or participation at this hearing. Nonetheless, and in furtherance of the provisions of Section 859A of the Act, requiring interested parties be provided a reasonable opportunity, both orally and in writing, to present their views with respect to the project, the agency will broadcast the public hearing live on a video conference with written comments accepted on that platform in real time. In addition, the agency will provide public access to provide oral comments in real time via conference bridge at telephone number 1-646-558-8656, meeting ID number 920-258-5580, hashtag. No passcode required. Finally, interested parties may submit written comments to the agency, which will all be included within the public hearing record. Any comments may be sent to the Orange County Industrial Development Agency, attention Melanie Schouten, COO, 4 Crotty Lane, Suite 100, New Windsor, New York, 12553, and or by email at business@ocnyida.com, with the subject line being Fiorello Pharmaceuticals, no later than Monday, February 8th, 2021, dated January 25th, 2021 by the Orange County Industrial Development Agency. With that, I will ask Rebecca Brown to please introduce the project. And if you can, please talk about the phasing of the project and the relative benefits that you are seeking from the IDA. Thank you.
Yes, hi, I'm Rebecca Brown. I'm the market president of New York for GTI, Green Thumb Industries. We are the owner of Fiorello Pharmaceuticals. We are looking to build a medical cannabis cultivation and manufacturing facility in the Warwick Accelerator building or the Warwick Accelerator space. This project will be constructed in 3 phases. The initial phase will have a cost of around $45 million and be approximately 100,000 square feet. That will be combined cultivation and manufacturing space. The second phase will be around 200,000 square feet at a cost of approximately $75 million. And then the third phase is approximately 150,000 square feet at a cost of $35 million. And the difference in cost for that last phase, just to explain that, is that is mostly going to be employee space, a bigger break room, more cafeteria stuff, just things that are a little bit lower cost than our cultivation and manufacturing facilities. For employment, we are looking at approximately 100 jobs in the first operational year, plus an additional 23 to 25 in the second year, and then another 55 jobs, give or take, in the third year. At full capacity, we anticipate employing approximately 175 to 180 full-time employees with all with benefits. We are applying for various incentives, including the sales and use tax, the pilot benefit, and the mortgage recording tax exemption, and in addition, a bond financing if applicable or if available to us.
Can you give the salary ranges for the benefits and benefits for your employees that you're projecting?
Yeah, sure. One moment, let me look at the categories. We've got management personnel. We have an approximate salary of $85,000 a year, bringing that up to $100,000 a year, including benefits and fully loaded costs of those employees. Then we have some professional employees that around $75,000 a year, administrative at approximately $55,000 a year, sales employees at around $75,000 a year. And then we have the bulk of our employees are production and manufacturing employees, and those have an average salary of $50,000 per year, but they come with those jobs include full benefits, and the average fully loaded salary, the full benefits, are approximately $57,000 a year.
Okay, and how long a period of time will it take you to go from phase 1 to phase 3?
So we have projected that it will take us approximately 3 years. So we anticipate completing phase 1 in June of 2022. We anticipate completing phase 2 in June of 24, and then phase 3 1 year later. So about, I guess that will be 4 years from now.
Okay. Are there any questions of our staff? Melanie, you have any questions for Rebecca?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, with that, I will open up to the public. Any comments and/or questions regarding the project?
So everyone is currently muted. If you would like to make a comment or have a question, just please hit 1 in the chat and we'll unmute you. Any questions?
What comments?
Okay, so I see, okay. So we'll go in order. I saw Ken come through first. Dean, can you unmute Ken, please? Oh.
Yep, I just unmuted.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, yes.
All right, I'm going to disconnect my telephone now
It's okay.
because I had the telephone number connected here. Good morning, everybody. My name's Ken Gallagher. I'm a resident of Warwick for the last 32 years. And I'm requesting that the IDA table any action on this proposed project for at least 30 days so that a more thorough analysis can be made and more public input can be solicited. And, I've got the following reasons to support that request. Number one is the IDA hasn't had enough time to determine whether this project is qualified to receive tax benefits. The application is dated January 13th, 2021. That's less than a month ago. There's not enough information presented to the community in the documents that the IDA has made available to the public to solicit meaningful comments. For example, there were a lot of references to C attachments which weren't included, and I suspect that might have been because that's confidential or proprietary information, but be that as it may, Another example is, there's no conceptual site plan or rendering for this proposed development. And that's a massive building. This is, 450,000 square feet is over 10 acres in size by my calculation. So, I don't think the IDA's had enough time to really determine the project benefits and the project costs. Secondly, I think the applicant should explain why the project will not move forward without financial assistance requested, particularly the pilot agreement. Thirdly, a project of this magnitude requires a more detailed cost-benefit analysis than the IDA has conducted, using data inputs that can be independently verified. The cost-benefit analysis should also provide a detailed explanation of the sources of the data and the assumptions made. I'm no neophyte with these economic analyses, and I found it sort of difficult to follow the presentation that was made in the public documents that were available on your website, where you had the 10-year pilot and the 15-year pilot schemed out. So, for example, according to your 10-year pilot cost-benefit analysis, the property tax exemption would cost us local taxpayers almost $17 million, $16.75 million over that 10-year period. It's likely that the majority of that cost is going to be borne by the taxpayers of the Warwick Valley Central School District. And then, the final reason that I think you should extend your review period on this and seek more public input is because, except for the letter from Supervisor Sweeten, there's no indication of public support for the pilot agreement. There's no resolution of support from the local taxing jurisdictions, be it the town board, county legislature, or the school board. So for those reasons, I think that a delay and an additional assessment and community engagement would be worthwhile. I'm not against this project, by the way. I just think I just think it's moving too quickly into the approval stage. And then finally, if the IDA does elect to move forward with this project on its accelerated schedule, any pilot agreements should be limited to a term of 5 years and should contain provisions for an independent audit of the company's operating records to allow for an annual adjustment to increase the pilot payments if the actual employment benefits are not consistent with the application. So that's the end of my comments. Thank you for your time and consideration of that. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have on what I commented here.
Well, nope, thank you, Ken. Just so you are aware, I'm sure you saw the website. We do have a meeting coming up later this week. Fiorello's not on the agenda for this week, so they're not getting final approvals from the board. So there is additional time for the board to review what's been submitted.
Should I submit this comment in the chat? I drafted something up that I could read off of. Should I submit that to you?
Well, your comments are being submitted through the public hearing typing, but also if you are welcome to put it into letter form and email it or email it to us, and that will be provided for the board's review as well.
All right, should be, I can do that later today?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And
And send it to even though it's after February 8th?
Yes, that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay, and I'll send it to the address that's in your public notice.
Yes.
Very great, thank you.
And Ken, also Fran Roth has been recording everything you've said in this your presentation, and that is in the minutes that the IDA board will have as well.
Okay, great,
Correct.
thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Ken. Okay. And then Dean, can you please unmute Michael Sweeten? All right. Hi, Mike.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So thank you, and I appreciate Ken Gallagher's comments. The town board, and I did submit that letter, is in support of the project and providing benefits to attract one of the leaders in this field to the site. This is the former site of the Mid-Orange Correctional Facility. Currently, those lots that they are looking to acquire pay very minimal tax. The site itself paid very little tax to the town of Warwick or the school district in its entire history. So we are anxious to attract a high quality company that will provide high paying jobs and opportunities for our residents. And the town board will be doing some more financial analysis for the project as well. So I want to thank the IDA for entertaining it. I want to thank GTI for their interest in here, and this is property. Their record where they have installations around the country certainly show they respect their employees, they respect the environment, and they'll be good corporate citizens. So I'm hoping that at the end of the day that we can attract them to the site. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Anyone else?
No, those were
Yeah,
the only two that
just for
requested.
the record, based upon what Mr. Gallagher was talking about as far as the pilot was concerned, that for phase one of the project, the grand total taxes paid for a 15-year pilot would be over $5 million. So there's a substantial amount of revenue that will be generated from this property with the project. So I just want to make sure that the public understands that while there are savings to the applicant with the pilot, there's also substantial taxes being paid on what Mr. Sweeten has just said, where relatively little money comes from the vacant land. So that's something the IDA will take into consideration as well. Before we end, Rebecca, do you have anything to say?
No, the only thing I would say is that we really appreciate the opportunity to be considered. We, love the site. We love the location. Obviously, the incentives, have made this site rise to the top of our other options. We looked all over the state for the right fit of, cost to construct, the right kind of land site, all of those things, and then something that would be on the timeline that we need. And we just love the area. We love the site. And we really look forward to being part of the community. So while, I welcome any questions and happy to address things, over time, we really do want to, be a long-term good resident, a good neighbor, and a long-term good corporate citizen and resident of Warwick. So really appreciate everyone who attended, and thank you for considering our application.
Yeah, I have one question for you. Of the 175 full-time employees you're intending to hire within 3 years of the project being completed, how many would you expect to be local residents?
Oh, almost all of them. 165 at least. We are a big company. We have people across other sites. And so often we will bring specialized expertise, on the extraction side or on the cultivation side in to lead a local team. But, almost everything that happens at the site, it's based on it's from employees who are local residents.
Thank you.
So we don't bring in massive teams from other areas and, put them at that site. This is our New York site, and we, hope it's one of the biggest and best in our GTI fleet. And we really want it to be a model for all other sites to come later. It's part of why the size of the program or the size of the building will be kind of a model R&D program for other sites around the country as well.
Okay, thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you so
Melanie,
much.
anybody else wanted to make any further comments?
No one new has joined and no one else has
Okay.
interest. Yeah.
Neither Mr. Sweeten nor Mr. Gallagher want to make any further comment, I'm assuming. Okay, with that being said, I will declare the public hearing closed, and I thank everyone for their attendance and their comments. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.